The past couple of weeks have really read like a greatest hits of the news story in 2023. I'm just waiting for Eliza Blue to mess up and do something in order to complete the trifecta, but here we are with a Bud Light update, and oh boy, it's kind of along the similar lines. Like I said, this is a greatest hits album, and another executive head has just rolled right now in the final few weeks left in 2023. I understand that some people do like to have an extended holiday and Christmas break, if you will. I just don't really think that the chief U.S. marketing officer was anticipating that his Christmas vacation would be that long, or also continue into the new year. Anheuser Busch's chief U.S. marketing officer steps down as sales continue to plunge in the wake of the Dylan Mulvaney and Bud Light fiasco. World's biggest brewer reports a 13.5 slump in revenue in the third quarter. Guys, it's not good for as many media puff pieces that are out there right now saying, don't worry guys, everything's fine, that we've run surveys, okay, and it says that, like 40% of people are willing to come back. Willing, that's doing a lot of the heavy lifting. Are they actually coming back? No, of course not. Whenever I do a sales update, it's always fucking down. Like, come on, man. U.S. Chief Marketing Officer, the CMO of Anheuser Busch InBev, is stepping down amid the company's continuing slump in sales. So that is everybody from toes to titties completely being recast over the past, I was going to say 6 months, but that's not even correct at this point in time. 7 months. 7 full-ass months, because this all kicked off on April Fool's Day, the longest running joke of 2023. Fucking hilarious. No. Benoit Garbe is set to leave his role at Bud Light's parent company at the end of the year. It was announced Wednesday. Oh, so he's just given notice. And it's like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to continue into 2024. It's really not all that great. In order to embark on a new chapter in his career, which is probably a nice way of saying, listen, motherfucker, you've been fired. You can go ahead and take the high road on this one. That's totally fine, man. If you can find yourself a new job before the end of the year, fantastic. Feel free to transition over to that shit. But when 2024 rolls around, motherfucker, your keys ain't gonna work at this place anymore, so you're not fired, but you're not allowed to come back. Okay, serving as the company's CMO for just over 2 years. Hilarious. Alyssa Heinerschneid, the chief marketing officer for the Bud Light brand, she was only there for a couple of months, but she had a real clear vision for the business. So did her boss. Well, not so much of a clear vision as a lack of vision, in the fact that he just kind of gave her a clear road to drive the Bud Light brand directly off of a fucking cliff. So those two, they ended up getting yeeted back in July, I think, or something like that. And now their boss is finally taking that fall. It just took a little while in order for everything to catch up, for the numbers to not rebound. But I thought they were supposed to, any day now. His tenure was marred by an April marketing debacle where Bud Light partnership with Mulvaney led to a boycott by the brand's customers and a significant loss in revenue. The third quarter returns reported Tuesday. The summer slump continued as the company suffered a 13.5% drop in revenue per 100 liters. Ooh. Yo, that's... oof. I don't even know how to properly quantify that. That's fucking abysmal. There we go. Oh, that'll suffice. A key measure for beer sales. Yeah, exactly. So that just goes to show you, regardless of volume discounts or anything like that, per 100 liters that leaves the brewery, you are down 13.5%. Okay, you were selling 100 liters at $100. I know that that's not the case, but nice round numbers for easy math. You are only collecting $87.5 over the $100 that you were taking in this time last year, or last quarter even. And they were down in quarter two as well, when everything was really kicking off. And the fact that this continued to carry into the third quarter means that the fourth quarter ain't gonna look nearly as good either. This shit is permanent, and it all came at the cost of, well, we got a little bit more of a development when it comes to Dylan Mulvaney specifically. Not me, actually. There's somebody else who broke the news, and oh boy, it's not good either, because there's the face that launched a million fucking memes. I'm probably underselling that. That is also the face that cost the company $40 billion. Even still, which we're going to have to update a bunch of different numbers. And that one right there, for the overall sales loss in 2023, I'm going to have to wait for those numbers to come through. But yeah, hope it was worth it. Really do. Fallout from the Mulvaney partnership led to a devastating stint for Bud Light, where it suffered repeated double-digit revenue drops on a nearly weekly basis. Nationwide backlash from the company's marketing even led to some stores selling the beer for less than water. Oh, I remember those fun days where you had those rebates that were out there, the $15 if you go ahead and mail it back. Otherwise, if you just want to pay the $5 to take the shit off the fucking shelf because we don't want to have to reschedule all of the trucks to come and pick it back. It was not good. It was not good. It was hilarious. It was not good, if you have like stocks in the company. But anyways, as the parent company lost a staggering $6 billion in market capital in just 6 days. And yeah, that $40 billion, that's when it was extrapolated when we got the sales report for the end of quarter 2. And now we got the shit for the end of quarter 3. It's not good either. Some fans also criticized the company's response to the controversy. Yeah, that's where it just became its own self-sustaining kind of a lol brand, okay? Like, you milk the teats of this cow right here, and it just comes out with Bud Light. It's fucking hilarious. Because, yeah, if this was all just about picking on Dylan Mulvaney at this point in time, which, still could have, because Dylan Mulvaney is a weird individual in and of themselves, but Anheuser Busch, inBev, Bud Light, them just not taking responsibility, not having a clear direction forward, not course correcting at all, taking any of the backlash upon themselves in order to provide a better, more coherent product, ended up leading to them taking a steaming shit sandwich for the rest of the year. Yeah, where it is seen by some as overcompensating with overly patriotic advertising to try and right the ship. Exactly. And then overspending with the NFL, overspending with the UFC going into 2024, which Benoit, I already fucking forgot his name, Benoit Blanc or whatever the piss, he's not going to end up seeing that partnership to fruition. Who knows? He's probably just going to go off to another comparative sized company, because that's how these incestuous networks always end up working. The dip in revenue continued throughout the year. It hurt the profiles of Anheuser Busch InBev, the world's largest brewers that also produces a large number of beers, including Budweiser, you don't say, Michelob, and Stella Artois. Yeah, Michelob was feeling the pinch for quite a long time. Michelob Ultra, okay, their most popular subgenre there. Budweiser in general, but those were the big three that ended up getting hit, and of course Bud Light losing its crown as the best-selling beer in the United States to Modelo Especial, which InBev does own the distribution rights abroad, but just not domestically. In August, just months after Mulvaney advertisement ran in April, it was reported that Anheuser Busch InBev had suffered a staggering $390 million drop in U.S. sales. The second quarter losses at the time stood at 10.5%. Oh, fuck. So it's actually worse in the third quarter. Oh my God. It's terrible. Showing the company's decline has worsened after Tuesday's third quarter reports dropped a further 3% following the departure of Garbe. Oh, that's his name. I got his first name right. Anyways, the company said its U.S. Chief Commercial Officer Kyle Norrington will take over his role as a chief fire extinguisher enthusiast. Oh no, marketing officer, right. Bud Light's marketing mistakes have been cited by some as originating from marketing executive. No, she wasn't just no fucking executive, okay? She was the head of marketing for Bud Light, which kicked off all of this fucking nonsense, which you could have just ran back. I'm not even gonna cite that stupid interview where she's saying Bud Light's a fratty, out of touch brand. But no, her shitty feminist Super Bowl ad where everybody's like, this is supposed to sell beer? I don't know, man. It just kind of looks like a Disney commercial. Alyssa Gordon Heinerschneid, the first woman to ever be in charge of marketing for a major beer brand. Well, guess what? Based on her performance, it's going to be the fucking last woman in charge of a beer brand. Because, you take a look at all of the numbers that we've seen so far. 13.5% drop in the third quarter, 10.5% drop in the second quarter, $390 million exclusively lost within the confines of the United States, $40 billion across the globe, $6 billion in 6 days. Where did this all start? There was a number. There's another number that I was citing specifically when it came to the Match Point incident that sparked all of this stuff off with the Dylan Mulvaney sponsorship. It was just one can. It was just one post. Well, it was multiple posts, and the one can was kind of ancillary. And I always thought, I was throwing out the number. I think that was probably a comparative number at the time because nobody knew specifically how much money Dylan Mulvaney got to sink the brand, to make it into a meme like Dylan. I always thought, and I don't know where I necessarily got this specifically, I just thought that this was the going rate, and that was the number that was thrown out there, but $50,000, that's always what I thought, and that's always what I heard ended up getting into the bank account of Dylan Mulvaney. Well, thanks to Steven Crowder, who's somebody I was interested in, because, okay, I've seen the title of his live stream here earlier today, and he was also streaming simulcast or some kind of gimmick with Dan Bongino. I thought that could be really interesting, and I was going to go tune in, because I also seen Dylan Mulvaney and Bud Light in the title, and I was like, okay, cool, this could be interesting. But the first thing that I tune in and hear, in their charter specifically, they say that they want to kill all the... And it's like, oh my god, are you going to be simping for Israel fucking again? Okay, I can go ahead and do without at this point in time. You go ahead and you fucking meander about, and I'll catch the footnotes, okay, later. So as you can see here, $50,000 ended up being a bit of an understatement as to how much Dylan Mulvaney ended up cashing. This is apparently a leak. Like, okay, as Malcolm Flex points out, Steven Crowder just spilled the beer, I get it, on how Bud Light lied about not sponsoring Dylan Mulvaney. They paid him $185,000 with a special beer can. No, it was just a post. It was just a fucking beer can. It was previously stated that they were just marketing kits sent out to several influencers. And as you can see, the other influencers on that list, $275,000 to a convicted felon in Martha Stewart, $245,000 to Jenna Ortega, who, yeah, you know, okay, if you're going to go ahead and put a bunch of money behind somebody, you know, an up-and-coming star like Jenna Ortega, can totally agree. And then Doogie Howser gets fucking done dirty, okay? He's getting straight murdered, okay? You'll get that reference tomorrow. $240,000 for Neil Patrick Harris. He must be out there to sell the spritzer or something like that. And then Simu Liu, you know, everybody's favorite new Marvel superhero. I won't even give you the name of the character because nobody fucking knows. Nobody knows at all. That motherfucker cashed only $15,000 more than a fucking TikToker. Yo, you ain't a movie star. Hell, you ain't even a star within the confines of your own fucking franchise, bruh. Be happy somebody cut you a check. And then $185,000 for Dylan fucking Mulvaney. Yo, at $50,000, I thought that was a hell of a lot for just the song and dance, the pony show that Dylan Mulvaney was putting out there. But $185,000, yeah, Bud Light, you totally deserved the fucking ass kicking that you took in 2023. And here's to a successful 2024. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.